This is the L2C Media Network, and this is Sports Final with Steve the Baxman Baxley. Brought to you by the L2C Media Network. And now, with the details that makes the sports headlines go round and round, here's Steve. Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our little show. And, oh boy, you do not want the kind of day I had today. I am just happy to be alive. Some things in this world that are more precious than life, and that's family. So if you I'll just let that alone for a while. But let's get to it, see if we can't get through it. And I know we can. So here we go. It is, of course, a Sunday, which means we had football tonight. That's right. And we also had the last day of baseball, which means the playoffs are all set. Who's in, who's out. And the AP Top 25 college football poll is in. We'll let you know who's up, who's down, and who needs to work it up. But right now, we got some NFL to do. It's a Sunday night quarterback. And we got you right here. So let's get to it. Dallas Cowboys beat the Colorado. See, it's already happening. Dallas Cowboys over the Carolina Panthers by a score of 36-28. For the Panthers, Sam Darnold passed for 301 yards and 2 touchdowns. Hubbard had 13 rushing attempts for 57 yards, and Moore had 8 receptions for 113 yards and 2 touchdowns. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, Prescott had 188 yards, 4 touchdowns. Elliott, 20 rushing attempts for 143 yards and 1 touchdown. Cooper, 3 receptions, 69 yards, touchdown. Cowboys beat the Panthers 36-28. Cleveland Browns didn't let the Vikings go by without a pass. They didn't have it. So Browns touchdown 14-7. Mayfield had 155 yards passing. Chubb had 21 rushing attempts for 100 yards. Higgins, 4 receptions for 63 yards. For the Vikings, Kirk Cousins, 205 yards and a touchdown. Cook, 9 attempts for 34 yards. And Jefferson, 6 receptions, 84 yards, and 1 touchdown. The Chicago Bears laid the smackdown on the Detroit Lions 24-14. Goff for Lions passed for 299 yards and 2 touchdowns. Williams had 14 rushing attempts for 66 yards. Cephas, 4 receptions, 83 yards. For the Bears, Fields had a field day, 209 yards. Montgomery, 23 rushing attempts, 106 yards, 2 touchdowns. And Mooney, 5 receptions, 125 yards. Buffalo Bills took the Houston Texans to the woodshed and spanked them with more than just sticks. They spanked them with a belt too, 40-0. For the Texans, Bills passed for 87 yards. Ingram rushed for 6 rushing attempts for 24 yards. Cooks, 5 receptions, 47 yards. For the Bills, Allen, 248 yards, 2 touchdowns. Singletary, 14 rushing attempts for 79 yards. Diggs, 7 receptions, 114 yards. Ooh, not bad. Colts over the Dolphins. They broke their string of 3 losses. 27-17, the final score. Wentz, 228 yards and 2 touchdowns. Taylor, 16 rushing attempts for a total of 103 yards and a touchdown. Pittman, 6 receptions, 59 yards. Dolphins, Brissett, 199 yards, 2 touchdowns. Brown, 8 rushing attempts for 23 yards. Parker, 4 receptions, 77 yards, and 1 touchdown. Chiefs over the Eagles, 42-30. Mahomes, 278 yards, 5 touchdowns. Edwards-Helaire, 14 rushing attempts, 102 yards. Hill, 11 receptions, 186 yards, 3 touchdowns. Eagles, Hurts passed for 387 yards and 2 touchdowns. He also had 8 rushing attempts, 47 yards. Smith, 7 receptions, 122 yards. Giants in overtime beat the Saints 27-21 for the Giants. Jones, 402 yards, 2 touchdowns. Barkley, 13 rushing attempts for 52 yards and 1 touchdown. That 1 touchdown was the one that made it, was the one that gave him the victory, 27-21. Golladay, former Detroit Lion, making good now. 6 receptions, 116 yards. For the Saints, Winston, 226 and a touchdown. Kamara, 26 rushing attempts, 120 yards. And Callaway, 2 receptions, 74 yards. Another overtime victory, but this time the Jets shocked the Titans, 27-24. Tannehill for the Titans, 298 yards and a touchdown. Henry, 33 rushing attempts for 157 yards and a touchdown. And McNichols, 8 receptions, 74 yards. For the Jets, Wilson, 297 yards, 2 touchdowns. Carter, 13 attempts, 38 yards and a touchdown. Davis, 4 receptions, 111 yards and a touchdown. Washington defeated the Falcons 34-30. Heineke, 290 yards, 3 touchdowns. Gibson, 14 rushing attempts for 63 yards and a touchdown. And McLaurin, 6 receptions, 123 yards, 2 touchdowns. Falcons, Ryan had 283 yards, 4 touchdowns. Patterson, 6 rushing attempts for 34 yards, but he made up for it. 5 receptions, 82 yards, 3 touchdowns. Here's a killer. Two 3-0 teams battling it out for supremacy. Cardinals, Rams under Matthew Stafford. Cardinals came out on top of it, 37-20, close game. Murray for Cardinals, 268 yards and 2 touchdowns. Edmonds, 12 rushing attempts, 120 yards. Hopkins, 4 receptions, 67 yards. For the Rams, Stafford, 280 yards and 2 touchdowns. Henderson, 14 rushing attempts, 89 yards. And Jefferson, 6 receptions, 90 yards and a touchdown. Steelers outlasted the 49ers, 28-21. Wilson for the Steelers, 149 yards, 2 touchdowns. Collins had 10 rushing attempts for 44 yards and a touchdown. Metcalf, 4 receptions, 65 yards and a touchdown. For the 49ers, Garoppolo, 165 yards and a touchdown. Sermon, 19 rushing attempts, 89 yards. Samuel, 8 receptions, 156 yards and 2 touchdowns. Ravens over the Broncos, 23-7. Jackson, 361 touchdown. Murray, 18 rushing attempts for 59 yards and a touchdown. Brown, 4 receptions, 91 yards and a touchdown. For the Broncos, Locke was not lucky. 113 yards, pass 9 rushing attempts for 56 yards. And Sutton, 3 receptions for 47 yards. The woes of the Steelers continue, even with the hot streak of the Packers. They beat the Steelers 27-17. Roethlisberger, 232 yards and a touchdown. Harris, 15 rushing attempts, 62 yards and a touchdown. And Johnson, 9 receptions, 92 yards and a touchdown. For the Pack, Rodgers, 248 yards and 2 touchdowns. 15 rushing attempts, 81 yards. Cobb, 5 receptions, 69 yards, and 2 touchdowns. The Sunday night game was pretty decent. Tommy Buccaneer came back to New England. Yep, Foxborough, Gillette Stadium. And he let the Patriots know how he really felt. Then he beat them. 19-17, the final score. Brady, 269 yards. Fournette, 20 attempts, 91 yards. Evans, 7 receptions, 75 yards. Brady's favorite target, of course, was Gronk. He did not play due to an injury. For the Patriots, Jones, 275 yards and 2 touchdowns. Aguilar, 1 attempt, 1 rushing attempt for 4 yards. Myers, 8 receptions, 70 yards. That's tonight. And on Monday night, it'll be another little jam fest. Raiders going up against the Chargers. Anyway, that is your NFL Sunday quarterback. For a moment, we will have, of course, our Tuesday night quarterback, 5, or as we're calling it now, Tuesday's top 5 from week 4. And the rest, well, we already got it, but we're going to give you Tuesday's top 5. That's what we're calling it. Okay, let's go now from the NFL. Thank you, boys. Let's try that again. Let's go from the NFL to come on. No, don't want that. To Major League Baseball. There we go. Major League Baseball, the final regular season games before all the brackets are in and out. Let's go right now to Major League Baseball scoreboard. And here we go for all of them final because they all start at 3 o'clock. Red Sox over the Nationals, 7-5, 7-13-0 for the Sox, 5-7-1 for the Nats. Rodriguez the winner, he's 13-8. Finnegan the loser, he's 5-9, and Pivetta got his first save. Cincinnati Reds over the Pittsburgh Pirates, 6-3, 6-11-0 for the Reds, 3-9-0 for the Pirates. Winning pitcher for the Reds, San Martin, 2-0. Ponce gets the loss for the Pirates. He's 0-6. Let's do it properly. Ladies and gentlemen, the Cleveland Indians close out over 100 years of being called the Indians by beating the Texas Rangers 6-0. Indians 6-7-0. 4-1. Sival gets the win for the Indians. 12-5 is his record. Dunning, he's 5-10. Giants over the Padres, 11-4, 11-10-0 for the Giants, 4-7-0 for the Padres. And thank you. Giants 11-10-0, Padres 4-7-0. Webb with the big win. He's 11-3 for the Giants, and Nier gets lost for the Padres. He's 1-2. Yankees took down the Rays. Took down the Rays. Hey, Dandelion, how you doing there? Hey, Mayor McCheese. Stop by to say hi. Well, thank you very much for the drop by. I'll make sure to give all the hockey scores to you. And drop a like. I'm off to sleep. Well, sleep well. Sweet dreams. Don't let the bed bugs bite. That'll be for all the single men to do. I kid because I care, Dandelion. Anyway. Sleep well. Sleep well, my friends. Sleep well. Yankees beat the Rays 1-0, 1-4-0 for the Yanks, 0-5-0 for the Rays. Chapman the winner, he's 6-4. Fleming the loser, he's 10-8. Blue Jays over the Orioles, 12-4, 12-12-1 for the Jays, 4-13 and 0 for the Orioles. I'll catch hockey scores next time. Great, because hockey season's coming up, and that's our time to shine, as they say. Yes, sir. Rue gets the win for the Blue Jays. He ends the season 14-10. Zimmerman gets the loss. He ends at 4-5. Arizona Diamondbacks got some dignity. They beat the Rockies 5-4, 5-8-2 for the Backs, 4-9-1 for the Rocks. Wendelken gets the winner for the Diamondbacks. His season ends at 4-2. Estevez gets the loss. His season ends 3-5. Tigers defeat the White Sox 5-2, 5-9-1. By the way, you can catch the hockey scores on the rebroadcast because they're all saved in archive. 5-2, Tigers over the White Sox. Tigers 5-9-1. Sox 2-8-1. Jimenez 6-1. Lopez 4-4. Fulmer 14th save of his season. Angels over the Mariners. My angel is a Mariner. 7-3 final score. 7-10-0 for the Angels. 3-9-2 for the Mariners. Ortega gets the win. He's 1-0. Anderson the loss. He's 7-Eleven. He's a Slurpee. 7-Eleven. I love their Slurpees. The defending World Series champion Los Angeles Dodgers took out the Milwaukee Brewers 10-3. 10-10-1 for Dodgers, 3-7-0 for the Brewers. Buehler, he finally didn't have a day off. He did good. 16-4 was his winning little record. Ashby gets a loss. He's 3-2, and Jackson gets his first save. Twins over the Royals 7-3, 7-9-1 for the Twins, 3-9-0 for the Royals. Vincent gets his first win. He's 1-0. Kowar gets a loss. He's 0-6. And Alcala gets his first save. All right, Astros over the Athletics, 7-6, 7-12-1 for the Stros, 6-7-0 for the A's. Taylor the winner. He's 4-4 for the Stros. Trevino the loser. He's 7-8 for the Athletics. Marlins took the Phillies out of their misery, 5-4 final score, 5-7-0 for the Marlins, 4-8-0 for the Phillies. Thompson gets the win. He's 3-7. Neris gets the loss. He's 4-7, and Floro gets his 15th save. Cubs over the Cardinals 3-2, 3-6-0 for the Cubs, 2-6-1 for the Cards. Biagini gets his win. He's 1-0. Woodford gets the loss. He's 3-4. Finally, the Atlanta Braves over the New York Mets 5-0, 5-7-0 for the Braves, 0-3-0 for the Mets. Strider the winner. He winds up with a 1-0 record, and Snydergaard gets the loss for the Mets. He's 0-1. That means the baseball season is over. Let's give you the final standings, and then we'll kick it over to the playoffs, where everybody's going. All right. Here we go. Face to face. Nothing like silver spoons. But here we go, folks. I'm going to get the clear standings. And here they are, the clear standings. Huzzah. All right, in the AL East, Tampa Bay not only got the AL East flag, but they've also got the best record this season at 162. 100 wins, 62 losses. So they got the AL East. Boston, well, they're 8 up on Boston, who just clinched the wild card at 92-70. So did the New York Yankees. 92-70. Not bad. Toronto, 9 up. Or not. Tampa Bay, 9 up on Toronto, 91-71. And they're 48 up on Baltimore, 52 and 110. 2 off of, I think, the Tigers' loss. In the Central Division, it was the White Sox. They're the only team in the Central Division that's moving on. 93-69. Ding. There it is. There you go. 69. Very workable number. 13 up on Cleveland, who wraps it up at 80-82. 16 games up on Detroit at 77-85. They're in third place. Not bad. 19 up on Kansas City at 74-88, and 20 up on Minnesota at 73-89. We go now to the American League West. Houston gets the AL West Division at 95-67, 5 up on Seattle at 90-72, 9 up on Oakland at 86-76, 18 up on the LA Angels at 77-85, and 35 up on Texas at 60-102. For the National League East, Atlanta, you got it. You got the flag. 88-73, 6.5 up on Philadelphia at 82-80, 11.5 up on the Mets at 77-85, 21.5 up on Miami at 67-95, 23.5 on Washington at 65-97. In the National League Central Division, it was Milwaukee. They're the Central Division winners at 95-67. St. Louis has the wild card at 90-72. They're 5-game. Milwaukee's 5 up on St. Louis, who have the wild card at 90-72. 12 up on Cincinnati at 83 and 79, 24 up on the Cubs at 71 and 91, and 34 up on Pittsburgh at 61 and 101. And finally, the National League West. The San Francisco Giants. That's right. Giants not only clinched the division, but they have also clinched the best record in the league. That's right. That's right. The best record in the National League, I should say, at 107 and 55, 1 game up on the Los Angeles Dodgers, who got the wild card spot at 106 and 56, 28 up on San Diego at 79 and 83, 32 and a half up on Colorado at 74 and 87, and 55 up on Arizona, who has the worst record of the season, 52 and 110, which means, ladies and gentlemen, the baseball season is now over. Let's do the brackets here. I know I got to get up and turn on the TV because the TV just went out. So let's give you the playoff brackets and when this all begins. All right. Where are we here? Okay, here we go. The wild card games, of course, they're one and done, as they say. Yankees or Red Sox started off. Excuse me, let's try it again. Yankees or Red Sox begin Tuesday, October 5th, 8:00. Cardinals and Dodgers for National League starts Wednesday, October 6th, 8:10 p.m. on the League Divisional Series. Well, it's best of 5. Nothing has been determined yet for the first 4 games. Thursday, October 7th, the American League Division Series, Game 1 will either be on, well, they haven't even done the networks yet. It's either going to be Fox Sports 1 or Major League Baseball Network. National League games will, of course, be on TBS. The National League Division Series will be on TBS starting Friday, October the 8th. Then let's just say this. It's either going to be, Thursday, October 7th, AL Division Series A and B games 1 will be either on FS1 or Major League Baseball Network. Same with Friday, October 8th, Game 2 of A and B game. National League A and B game, Game 1, teams to be determined, time to be announced. They'll be on TBS. Then Saturday, the National League A and B Game 2 will also be on TBS. Sunday, October 10th, American League Division Series Game 3 on both A and B will be on either FS1 or Major League Baseball. And Monday, October 11th, Game 4, if necessary, of the American League will be on FS1 or Major League Baseball Network. The National League Game 3 will be on TBS, A and B. And on Tuesday, National League Game 4, if necessary, also on TBS. Wednesday, October 13th, Game 5, if necessary, on FS1, A and B side. Then Thursday, Game 5, if necessary, of the National League Division Series will be on TBS. And we'll have everything else for you. You can believe that. Winner of the New York-Boston game will go up against Tampa Bay in the ALDS, while the winner of Los Angeles and St. Louis will go up against San Diego. Not San Diego, San Francisco. So there you go. And then it's all up to fate. And if we understood all that, good luck. Okay, let's go now to the top 25 poll. And we give you this. We do it as Casey Kasem. At number 25, San Diego State. Number 24, SMU. 23 is NC State. Zoinks! Number 22, Scoob. Arizona State. Ah! Number 21, Rexus. Shaggy. Number 20, Florida. Number 19, Wake. Number 18, Auburn. Number 17, Ole Miss. Number 16, Kentucky. Number 15, Coastal Carolina. 14 is Notre Dame. 13 is Arkansas. 12th, Oklahoma State. 11th, with a bullet, Michigan State. Zoinks! Number 10, Scoob, BYU. Number 9, Michigan. Raggy. Number 8, Oregon. Number 7, Ohio State. Number 6, Oklahoma. At number 5, Cincinnati. Now for the top 4. At 4, it's Penn State. Number 3, Iowa. Hey, Scoob. Number 2, Georgia. Run, Alabama. There's your top 25. Right there, and the laughter supports it. Okay, by the way, the Mariners missed the postseason for the 20th straight season, and the Phillies look like they're going to be first with the dumpster fire sale. So stay tuned for that. Okay. Let's see if we got anything one final time for minor league baseball. Their scores, boom. There's AAA. Let's see if we got anything on AAA. Oh, yes, we do. Do. All right. Let's take you to it. Let's first do the canceled games. Las Vegas and Reno canceled due to COVID. Louisville and Columbus canceled for wreck ground. Buffalo and Syracuse canceled for inclement weather. Final score, Tacoma over Salt Lake, 3-0. 3-9-0 for Tacoma, 0-4-0 for Salt Lake. Murphy got the win, he's 2-1. Daniel got the loss, he's 0-2. And Kerr got the save. We go on. Sacramento over Albuquerque, 5-1, 5-10-0 for Sacramento, 1-4-1 for Albuquerque. Dahlberg got the big win, he's 1-0. Castellani is the loser. He is at 3-11. Round Rock defeated Sugarland by 10, 14-4, 14-16-1 for Round Rock, 4-6-2 for Sugarland. Evans gets the win. He's 2-0. Conning gets the loss. He's 8-4. Memphis over Charlotte, 4-3, 4-5-1 for Memphis, 3-6-1 for Charlotte. Libertador gets the win. He's 9-9. Severino gets the loss. He's 0-1. And Walsh gets his first save. Omaha over Iowa, 6-3, 6-7-0 for Omaha, 3-7-1 for Iowa. Blew it, didn't blow it. He got the win. He's 6-3. Ullman gets the loss. He's 0-2, and Gavin gets his fourth save. Oklahoma City beat El Paso 4-1, 4-7-0 for Oklahoma City, 1-7-1 for El Paso. Ramirez gets the win. He's 6-4. Westfall gets the loss. He's 2-5, and Quackenbush gets his 23rd save. Nashville over Indianapolis by a score of 8-3, 8-9-1 for the Ville, 3-8-2 for Indianapolis. Brown gets the win. He's 1-0. Mladiski gets the loss. He's 0-1. Worcester over Lehigh Valley, 10-1, 10-6-0 for Worcester. Lehigh Valley, 1-4-1. Siebold gets the win. He's 4-3. Paulino gets the loss. He's 4-4. Scranton Wilkes-Barre takes out Rochester 4-0 in 6 innings. 4-6-1 for Scranton. Wilkes-Barre 0-4-0 for Rochester. Green gets the win. He's 3-2. Terrell gets the loss. He's 0-1. St. Paul over Toledo 6-4. 6-13-0 for St. Paul. 4-7-0 for Toledo. Albers gets the win. He's 8-4. Del Pozo gets the loss. He's 1-3. And Cano gets his fourth save. Jacksonville over Gwinnett by a score of 4-0. 4-10-0 for DeVille. 0-3-1 for Gwinnett. Castano gets the win. He's 7-2. Davidson gets the loss. He's 2-2. And Norfolk defeated Durham 3-2. 3-6-2 for Norfolk. 2-4-0 for Durham. Vespi gets the win. He's 3-2. Sheriff gets the loss. He's 5-4. And Bautista gets his fifth save of the season. And that, my friends, is, I think, that for the season. We are not sure yet. We'll tell you tomorrow here on Sports Final. Okay, let's do some media bits and bites and boots. Yes. Yes, you know him. That's right, works for NBC's Football Night in America. As mentioned in a previous report of NBC's Football Night in America, pregame show being on location for this week's Tampa Bay New England game, there isn't always a big advantage from a show on site. However, that sometimes can lead to interesting moments. One of those came when Tom Brady broke the NFL career passing yards record in the first quarter. That led to a shot by NBC of Drew Brees, the previous record holder, who now works for NBC, including on Football Night in America, applauding from the sidelines. Brees also delivered an Instagram post congratulating Brady. Huzzah. Part of what's interesting here is that Brees and Brady went back and forth on that record a few times last season, so this is a more permanent change. And it's certainly fascinating to have the last record holder there on the sidelines when this happened. The other thing that was interesting about this is that the record-breaking play didn't see a stoppage until Brady himself called timeout, and tweets along those lines saw some criticism of the Patriots and their replies for not stopping the game. I agree with that. Well, what's well worth noting there is that the lack of a planned stadium stoppage was per Brady's own request, as Jay Glazer, Fox Sports, noted Sunday morning. Brady doesn't want to stop the game, and it made sense. He'll have a hard enough time managing his emotions without the game coming to a halt to commemorate the setting of a record that, given his desire to play at least through 2022, may not be broken for a very long time. So none of this was a slight at Brady from the Patriots, and as the Ringer's Roger Sherman noted, it's not like previous moments breaking this record have had incredible levels of solemnity and dignity. Solemnness. At any rate, it was certainly interesting to have Brady break this record at the Patriots Stadium and have him do it with Brees on the sidelines there, and we wholeheartedly do agree. Okay. Do we have anything else here? Yeah, we do. ESPN may have boy, oh boy. These ESPN folks. Oh, yes, indeed. Let's get over. Come on. Thank you. All right. Last week, SportsCenter host Sage Steele's comments about how Disney and ESPN's vaccine mandate were sick and scary made headlines. Well, that clip was one provided to Awful Announcing and the other websites in advance of her appearance on an upcoming episode of Uncut with Jay Cutler's podcast. Not included in those clips was one making the rounds on Sunday in which Steele discusses racial identity. In it, Steele, who is of African-American and Irish-Italian descent, is talking about a time she was asked how she would identify her race in the U.S. Census. In her answer, she pivots to President Barack Obama and throws a random dig out that is certainly raising some eyebrows on social media. Quote, "If they make you choose a race, what are you going to put?" "Well, both," said Steele. Barack Obama chose black and he's biracial. Congratulations to the president. That's his thing. I think that's fascinating considering his black dad is nowhere to be found, but his white mom and grandma raised him. But okay, you do you. I'm going to do me. Listen, I'm pretty sure my white mom was there when I was born, and my white family loves me as much as my black family. End quote. Oh boy. The larger point of the conversation was how Steele identifies, and far be it from anyone to tell her how to do so. But it's the point of the way that she posted that a person with parents of different races shouldn't identify with one of them if that parent acts a certain way that is certainly rubbing people the wrong way. That one's own identification is owed to one parent over the other based on their actions, not to mention the comment leads into a lot of myths and negative connotations about black fathers. As you might imagine, there were quite a few responses to this line of thinking on Twitter, especially from folks like Carrie Champion. They sigh, my dad wasn't around when I was younger, I'm still black. Etan Thomas, Sage Steele is exactly who we thought she was. Now, along with this and her comments about the vaccine policy and Obama's father, Steele also discusses her feelings on up-and-coming female journalists having to deal with harassment and worse from male athletes, saying that when you dress like that, I'm not saying you deserve the gross comments, but you know what you're doing when you're putting that outfit on. Now, it's a bit unclear if Steele's trying to lose her job with ESPN, but given their disdain for talent who wade into the political and cultural pool, it's hard not to mention they're noticing at this point. And ESPN's already lost some high-grade talent to, their own matterable controversy. And that, ladies and gents, is it for our media bites. Let's take you around the whacked-out world of the international scene, if we can get some things up here. Thank you very much. Let's go to it, if we may. And here we go. Once again, not being selective, but we do what we can, and we only got 2 scores. That's for Major League Soccer. The LA Galaxy and the LA Football Club tied at 1. Seattle over Colorado 3-0. And that means we've only got one thing left. One segment left, and that is the world of sport. That's right. We take you on that wild and wacky world of sport, and then we are out of here for the evening. So let's do this properly and tell you that. Okay, thank you. In the Premier League, it was Crystal Palace and Leicester 2-2. Tottenham over Aston Villa 2-1. Brentford over West Ham 2-1. Liverpool and Manchester City 2-2. In the Bundesliga, it was Union Berlin over Mainz 2-1. Eintracht Frankfurt 2-1 over Bayern Munich, and Bayer Leverkusen over Arminia Bielefeld 4-0. In Italy, Bologna 3, Lazio 0. Udinese and Sampdoria 3-3. Verona 4-0 over Spezia. Roma 2-0 over Empoli. Napoli a 2-1 winner over Fiorentina, and AC Milan a 3-2 winner over Atalanta. In Espanyol, Elche took care of Celta Vigo 1-0. Espanyol took care of Real Madrid 2-1. Real Sociedad and Getafe were tied 1-1. Villarreal a 2-0 winner over Betis, and Granada a 1-0 win over Sevilla. In NBA preseason basketball, the Brooklyn Nets took care of the Los Angeles Lakers 123-97. In Italian basketball, Liga A, Tortona took care of Brescia 79-77. Olimpia Milano over Trento 93-72. Virtus Bologna over Varus 97-56. Cremonia over Fortitudo Bologna 94-78. Reggiana over Basket Napoli 102-90. In Spain, Briogan over Real Betis 97-65. Gran Canaria over Juventud Badalona 84-71. Barcelona over Bilbao, 84-68. Real Madrid over Tenerife, 86-77. Manresa over Baskonia, 74-67. In NHL preseason action, Pittsburgh Penguins defeated the Detroit Red Wings 5-1. Vancouver over Winnipeg 3-2. Dallas over Arizona 6-3. In the Czech Republic, it was on penalty shots. Montfield over Sparta Prague 3-2. Mladi Bolslav over Karlovari 3-1. Plzeň over Liberec 3-1. Litvínov over Kesk Budošević 3-0. Trinek over Ziln 2-1. Vikovic over Kmetka Brno 2-1. And Pardubice over Kladno 4-3. In the Nippon Professional Baseball in Japan, Oric Buffaloes are over the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks 3-0. Tekashu gets the win. He's 3-0. Senga gets the loss. He's 7-3. Chibalati Marines over the Rakuten Golden Eagles 2-0. Ojima with the win. He's 10-3. Tanaka with the loss. He's 4-7. Yakut Swallows over the Hiroshima Carp 4-1. Kano with the win. He's 7-0. Shimauchi gets the loss. He's 0-2. Hanshin Tigers over the Chinichi Dragons 1-0. Gunkel gets the win. He's 9-3. Ogasawa gets the loss. He's 7-10. And Nippon Ham Fighters over the Seibu Lions 3-2. Suguria gets the win. He's 2-2. Tara gets the loss. He's 2-3. And the Omuri Giants over the Yokohama Bay Stars. Actually, they ended in 3-3 tie. And in South Korea, the Samsung Lions defeated the Doosan Bears 13-9. Kia Tigers over the Hanwha Eagles 9-6. Gangwon Heroes and the LG Twins ended in 3-3 tie. Lottie Giants over the NC Dinos 11-7. KT Wiz Swang over the SSG Landers 8-6. And ladies and gentlemen, knowledge is power, and we brought you some sports knowledge. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us, watching us, and giving us a listen and a hear and everything else. That's going to do it for Sports Final. We will be back tomorrow night at 11:35 or right after Monday Night Football. Until then, I'm Steve the Baxman Baxley. For everyone who's worked wonders on our show from the Fred McLeod Sports Desk, thank you for watching. Have a great evening and a great morning, and let there be kindness in the world. We all need it. Thank you, everybody, for watching. This has been a presentation of Mystifying Creativity Productions in association with the L2C Media Network and L2C Sports. We'll talk to you all tomorrow night. Good night, everybody.